I'm early, but it's good to be early when you're gonna meet a Japanese person. That's kind of how it is. You must be early. So much for early. We're like so late. What is this thing about Japanese people?
So we will take some common myths about Japan and discuss whether they are true or not. Today we're going to discuss punctuality in Japan and more specifically if people arrive on time or not.
I think that the general myth is that like everything is on time in Japan, like always. Trains and people. And the focus today is on people. And the myth is that no Japanese person ever will be late. Rather, they will turn up 15 minutes early or something before the meeting is scheduled. What I'm going to start with, like a little bit of my own experience based on 20 plus visits to Japan. And if we're talking about social encounters, I think it is a little bit of a myth. I have a number of friends and acquaintances in Japan, and people are late like so often. I think people are actually less late here in my home in Sweden. I usually have to wait for people to show up from like 10 minutes to half an hour or something. That's for meeting up at like a cafe, or you're gonna do jogging together or something. You kind of I don't know, you kind of I don't know, usually late for our social encounters. I remember Sapporo like 3 days in a row or something. So, but that aside, what's your overall take on this?
I was like 5 minutes late or 7 minutes.
Yeah, but I remember that I was early and you were a little bit late.
Okay, fair enough. I would say in general that people really try to be on time and even to arrive earlier than the set meeting time. And mostly my experience is that they do arrive on time. But, of course, there are some people who are always a bit late, like me, and sometimes very late. I still feel kind of embarrassed about being late, and I still feel sorry about it. So I usually text, oh, sorry, I missed the train,
But would you say that there is a generational difference here?
Yeah, I would say so. Maybe older people are a bit more inclined to be on time.
If we take a look at social versus business punctuality, if it's a business transaction of sorts, say you booked a guide or something like that, the Japanese person will always be on time. That's my from my experience in a way.
Yeah, definitely. You can never be late in business, never, ever. And starting time is extremely important in Japan. So it connects to the overall punctuality culture.
I don't know. I mean, in Sweden, if you work in an office or something, you have a flexible starting time window. So you don't really arrive late because you can arrive from 7 until 9, and you can leave from 4 to 6 or something like that. So long as you do your 8 hours per day or 40-hour work week or something like that. But I mean, if you walk in a store, of course you have to be on time for like the opening of the store, and I think that's very important here as well.
Yeah. We talked about, like plumbers, the workers that, come to your house and fix your machines
Right, yeah.
and stuff. It's really different, you said, right? Like in here in Japan, like you have to be on time. You can never be late. But in Sweden, it really depends on the work.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
So, yeah, about flexible work hours in Japan, it's different between companies, but more like traditional style is still common.
I really think that smartphones have changed the game. I don't know, basically everywhere in the world. It's so easy to just send your little text message, I'm gonna be a few minutes late, and then in a way it's considered a little bit okay to be late if you do it like that. And I think it has changed the game in like every country and in Japan as well. You studied a year in the US. How would you say that the US compares to Japan?
It's definitely different, like a lot different. In Japan, you feel pressure to be on time. You're raised from an early age about the importance of being on time, so you get train delay certificates for school and work that you need to show it to your school or your boss. So
yeah, I mean, I have never heard of anything similar in Sweden. So I don't know, conclusions?
yeah, overall I would say the people in Japan values to be on time more than in most Western places. But of course, you can always find people or communities that don't really care. So if you're just visiting, I don't think you have to feel that much pressure on time. It depends a lot on the relationship. And if you're late, you can always do this like, 本当にごめん、すいません、すいません。
On an aggregated level, it's probably more important to be on time in Japan, whether it's like trains or people for social encounters. In a way, maybe I wish we were a little bit more like Japan, because I'm always too early, so I always have to sit or stand and wait for like everyone.
Yeah, it can be appreciated more in Japan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so that kind of wraps it up for this video. So, well, see you in the next video, I guess. So,
Yes.
Mata ne!
Mata ne!